Hi, everybody. This is Rick Bailey, president at Northern New Mexico College, coming to you from the beautiful El Rito campus. Today is Thursday, April 1st. Thanks as always for tuning in to our latest video update for our college community. Let me say off the top, it's April 1st, but nowhere in this video are you going to find an April Fool's joke. Everything that I am telling you, I'm about to tell you, is real, or at least as real as I understand it. So I want to be very clear about that. Really only want to talk about three things today: vaccinations, return to campus, and commencement. I know those are three topics that are on everyone's mind right now, and so I just like to share a few thoughts on it. Let's talk about the vaccination. As you know from a previous update, we formed a vaccination committee made up of Board of Regents members, students, faculty, and staff. 8 members in all. I very much want to share my gratitude for their diligence in this. They presented their recommendations to the college. We are implementing a lot of those recommendations. Two of the recommendations include a survey for students about their plans for the summer and fall and what they want to do in terms of the extent to online coursework, and for faculty and staff and their plan on whether or not they are going to receive the vaccine, and so that we kind of have an understanding of where we are. I would like so thank you to the vaccination committee for all of their great work. I would like to share with you, if you'll indulge me, just a personal note. I have had a lot of friends who over the last several months have been very concerned about the vaccine and had real reservations about the vaccine. But to a person, not exaggerating, to a person, every one of those people who doubted whether or not they would, or doubted getting the vaccine, have now either been vaccinated or are planning to get vaccinated. Every single one of them. I think the reason for that is all of those people did a lot of research. They looked at the vaccine. They started to understand more about it, even those who weren't medical experts. And I think all of them came to roughly the same conclusion, and that is that the risk of the virus is far greater than the risk of the vaccine. I think each of them came to a very similar conclusion that way. Personally, I think that is a sound, logical decision. Just looking at the numbers and looking at how destructive this virus has been, is the vaccine without risks? No, but it is far less risky than the threat of this virus. And I would ask for those who are listening to this, if you are not sure, please at least take the time to do some research and explore what this vaccine does, because I suspect that the more you learn about it, the more you will likely make that same decision. Why is this important to us? This leads to the second. There is now research that shows that not only will the vaccine make us far less likely to get really sick and to go to the hospital and die, obviously those are hugely important, but now the latest findings are showing that people who are vaccinated are also far less likely to be infected. That fourth piece is a huge, huge issue. And I say that personally as a college president. This is something that's been on my mind, and that is, if you have vaccinated people on the campus and non-vaccinated people on the campus, if vaccinated people can still be infected, and by that extension, carriers of the virus, well, then we still have a big problem, because people who are not vaccinated are far more likely, if they do get infected, to go to the hospital or worse, right? So we have to do our part to keep them safe. Well, if vaccinated people are far less likely to become infected, meaning far less likely to transmit the disease, then the virus has a much harder time propagating. And we can do our part by getting more of us vaccinated, because then that virus won't have hosts to move around from. And that is in terms of the calculations that we have to make as a college, that's incredibly important. So obviously, it leads me to a request. The more of us who get vaccinated, the better. because it will really allow us to do a lot more things on the campus, a lot more things, and to keep everyone else safer. I am convinced now, especially because of what the vaccination committee has recommended, we are not going to mandate the vaccine for everyone, but I am highly, highly encouraging you to think about it, because if you do get it, it's just one step for us closer to protecting everyone else. Lastly, commencement, and really this ties into return to campus as well. We owe our students so much, and they deserve, because of everything that they've put in. The class of 2021 deserves to have their moment in the sun, but so does the class of 2020. Remember, even though we did a virtual celebration of them last year in the midst of this pandemic, we also pledged that at some point we were going to come together as a community and gather and celebrate the class of 2020 as well. So we have these two classes of graduates that we want to honor desperately. I want to say a special thanks to Dr. Apiarius and a whole team of people that are actually right now considering how we can do commencement, both for the class of 2021 and 2020. Several different options are on the table, potentially a big outdoor event, potentially limiting how many community members each student, each graduate can bring, potentially having separate, smaller ceremonies with each department, let's say. A lot of different options. Likely it will not be next month. Actually, I can almost assuredly say it will not be next month. We need the time for the vaccinations to take hold. We need the time to ascertain how to mitigate as much risk as possible. We need to review the different potential options. But I will say that likely, if we are all being vaccinated, likely in the next several months, we're going to have an option to do both of these ceremonies in some form or fashion. The one thing I would say, one of the possibilities, especially given how rapidly we're getting our community vaccinated, is a summertime type event. My only hesitation, just so you know, is that I think faculty members who likely are gone, many of whom are gone for the summer, I personally don't want to do any type of commencement activity without the faculty there. I think the faculty they're the engine of the college. I think for graduates, it's important to see the professors who have helped them get to that graduation stage. And so likely this would be something that we do early in the fall. That would be my best guess right now. And obviously we're going to have time to plan. We will make sure for you, the graduates, we will make sure that you have enough time to plan and that your family and friends have enough time to plan. So we'll give you as much advance notice of that as we can. Finally, for those of you who will be celebrating Easter this weekend, happy Easter. For those of you who are in the middle of Passover, happy Pesach. For those of you who are very soon to be observing Ramadan, in whatever way you express your faith, just know that all of us at Northern New Mexico College are sending love to you and to your family and wishing you a very happy holiday and holiday season. From all of us at the college, our students, our faculty, and staff, we say muchísimas gracias, kunda woha, God bless you and everyone you love. Thanks for everything you do. We'll talk to you soon.